So while I'm sitting here doing my makeup, I noticed that the light on my camera wasn't bright enough. So I adjusted the light and then turned around to keep going with my makeup, and then realized that I have to, and it's happened again, I have to adjust the light there. So the light and making adjustments. Light can be seen in a few different ways for us. Depending on where you are, you can go spiritual with it. So the light, and it can also, so the light of the spirit world, the spirit light, which is in all of us, it can be literally the light in terms of the sunlight. So going out into the sunlight and getting that vitamin D. First of all, we'll begin with the spirit light inside of us. So two sides of that. So you've got your light and you've got your darkness, and you want to adjust the light that you've got around and within you. What happens inside of us also emanates and becomes what's on the outside of us as well. So and vice versa. Let's just do this again. And so if we're a bit dark on the inside and facing some battles and fighting some addictions, and we want to adjust the light to bring more light into our life. So that is making choices and taking actions that are in the light. So when we say in the light, for the betterment of us, for happier outcomes, for our situation to be more positive and more truthful and more joyous. Being in the dark, we don't want that. We don't want the addictions. So looking at what inside of you, addictions that you may have, and looking outside of you for influences around you that aren't living in the light, and adjusting who you've got around and what you've got around you, and adjusting your addictions and the darkness inside of you, bringing more light to that. And so that's about making choices, paying forward choices, and making the right choices for you, that your light, and bring more light into your life. This is helpful on a lot of levels. So for you tomorrow, take a look at what's around you, take a look at what's got you and where you are mentally and emotionally, seeing whether you are in a positive aspect there or not so much. So the aspect of actual sunlight, depending on what's going on in your environment, looking for or looking to go out into more, because without light, we cannot flourish. If you look at a seed and a plant, their whole existence relies on sunlight, as do we humans. Our whole existence is on the sunlight. So getting sunlight, the morning, so getting those first rays of sun come up in the morning are super beneficial. We can see that all over YouTube. We see about getting out into the sunlight and how beneficial that circadian rhythm, and that creates or decides how our go. So many aspects of that rely on the light, and then the light around and dictates what's going on in your life. And Spirit wants you to be aware tomorrow that this is a real aspect to your life. And going forward on your journey, being in the light, around the light, having light around you and in you is going to give you a better life, and it's going to bring more joy and to your life. And there's also the aspect of just checking the lights. So light switches in your house, lights in your house, lamps, car lights, making sure that they're all in check, that there's not going to be any issues from that. Check the lights in your life at the moment. I'm going to leave that there. That's the message from Spirit tomorrow. And